Alright, so today we're gonna talk about the problem. Fuck. Alright, so as I was saying, today we're gonna talk about the problems with Among Us. There are many. Now, I want to begin by saying I have 200 hours on this game. I've had a lot of fun playing this game, and I think this is a good game. By no means am I trying to say this is the worst game ever. What I am trying to say is this game has a couple very big flaws. I want to start by saying that this is probably the best social deception game out there, but at the same time that's a pretty low bar. The problem with social deception games is they give too much power to the player. For instance, in TTT, every single player gets a gun, which means that any player can kill anyone, which leads to RDMing. Even sometimes in social deception games where only the detective gets the gun, the detective will still randomly RDM, which again is a problem. What Among Us does well is it doesn't give the players guns, it only gives the imposters guns. However, this is still a flawed game because of that. I believe that any social deception game that only gave the imposters the power to kill was gonna blow up. Any game that required actual, I would say, strategy, where the crewmates can't ooga booga and just kill each other and hope they get the imposter, was always going to be a success. That game happened to be Among Us due to the streamers. Now, here's the problem with Among Us. This game was not designed to go viral. This game was not made to be played for 200 hours. Here's why. Alright, problem number one is going to be the skill cap. This game has a skill cap, and it's really not that high. So, in my 200 hours on the game, the first 100 hours playing this, I found myself always devising new strategies as an imposter, shutting out the lights, pretending like I was right next to somebody when I wasn't actually there, inventing a way and killing someone, getting away with it. There was a lot of shit you could pull in the first 100 hours of playing this game, but as you keep going, the meta just devolves. And here's what I mean by that. So back, again, I'm talking about the way this game was designed. Back when you had taskbar, that constantly went up, that was a huge issue. Because let's say, I don't have any tasks nearby, but let's say I had taskbar right now, and I were to just go do card and admin, and someone else watched me. Boom, I'm clear. I had a problem with my friends where people would just run to the admin room on Skeld and just swipe card, and boom, they're cleared. Here's another huge flaw. On Mira HQ, they put the med bay right here. Literally right here. So at the start of the game, any dipshit can walk up and do med bay scan, and everyone will see them. That person's cleared. So, off taskbar, back when that was an issue, you had 3-4 people getting cleared every single game. Now, the second problem is sticking together. There are no rules or no incentives that anyone has not to stick together. Obviously, you have separate tasks, but everyone's tasks are pretty much spread throughout the map. So, all you have to do is stick next to someone. And so, you just announce at the start of the game, hey, I'm gonna be following Jack this game. If I die, it's Jack. Now, if Jack was the imposter, he'd get cucked. There'd be literally nothing he could do, because I would just follow him around. If Jack wasn't the imposter, then Jack's cleared, and then Jack could therefore clear me, if someone was killed. And that's not fun gameplay. So all of a sudden in a game you have 6 people cleared off taskbar, off sticking together, and so there's 4 people left that can be the imposter. And then you can do some pretty basic, well I was here, okay, it has to be that person. And what I found in the last 50 hours of playing Among Us is that we would find the imposter like round 1 or 2. It would be so hard for the imposter to actually win a game. I don't think it's because the crewmates got too good, but rather because this game it wasn't designed to have a high skill cap. It's pretty easy to just follow someone and say, oh, hey, look, that person did a task. They're clear. Oh, look, that person did visual tasks. I completely forgot about visual tasks. That was a huge flaw at the start of the game. I'll hand it to the devs. They're doing what they can to make sure that the game isn't less balanced, or is more balanced. They took out visual tasks. They took out taskbar going up. But these problems still exist. There are still ways to check, like, if someone did a task. And it's just, like, on the med bay, you can see them run up to the med bay. And it's really hard to fake it, so boom, that person's cleared. The vents on many of the maps, I think, are not good enough. This map, in my opinion, is the best map because it has a good venting system. But all the other maps, their vents are so bad, there's no point in even using them. The vent on Skeld that goes from weapons to navigation is useless. Literally useless. You could just run from weapons to navigation. So the vents on Skeld are bad. There's one good vent on Polis that goes from the lab to admin, but that vent, everyone knows where it is. So when someone uses that vent, they're like, okay, well, the kill was in admin. Who was in lab? Oh, I was in lab. Oh, you vented there. You're the imposter. The amount of routes and ways to go as an imposter in these maps is very limited. I think Mira is a good map with a good vent system, but all the other ones are flawed. This game made it way too difficult for the imposters to win. And I don't believe that's the game developer's fault. This game was never made to go viral. It was not meant to be played for 300 or 400 hours. You can see that by the visual tasks and the taskbar, which were both taken out, which is good for the developers. They see that that's a problem. But those are examples of the, like, internal flaws that this game has. I think the bigger flaws are how linear the maps are, which has almost no movement options. How bad the vents are. How you can still clear people just by watching them walk up to the med bay. How you can clear people by just following them. To win as an imposter with a lobby that actually has an IQ is close to impossible. In my last 50 hours of playing Among Us, I would say the win rate for the imposters was like 10%. Which leads me to my next problem. Your wins when you're playing in a good lobby as an imposter don't feel earned. It's very rare that someone is actually able to devise a plan that works. Instead, what I often see is someone gets a kill in the middle of a bunch of people, and no one really knows who it was. Not necessarily a group kill, but let's say you turn the lights out, and everyone's kind of heading the lights, and someone dies, and no one really knows who it was. That's a clean kill. But that's realistically the only way you can kill people. And that's just... there's no strategy involved. You just have to get lucky and hope that no one saw you, or knew where you were, or knew where anyone else was. No one was following anyone. And so when you do win as imposter, it's no longer a strategic-based win, like the first 100 hours of the game. Rather, it's a, wow, I sure did get lucky right there kind of win. Again, and that's due to the flaws in this game's design. Public lobbies are atrocious, and I believe from the subreddit, this is how about, I think, like, at least 40% of the player base usually plays. And God, it is so bad. I don't understand why anyone would play an Among Us public lobby. I'm playing right now for footage. But it is the meme of red sus and they get voted off isn't just a meme. Like, this is how public lobbies actually work. If I get imposter, all I have to do in a public lobby, I've done this so many times, I have to kill someone and then say, oh guys, look, Pink killed somebody. Pink gets voted off. And then Pink was innocent and no one questions why I did it. And if anyone questions why I did it, I say, oh, that person vented and killed in front of me. And then I win the game. The IQ of the general player base, I don't know why. It is so low. To the point where public lobbies are just so stupid. Because you can't, this game needs voice chat. You can't type in chat to convince someone what happened. Here, I'm an imposter. So, Let me demonstrate to you why public lobbies are really, really stupid. First of all, there's the whack-ass settings. We have 5 tasks. Here, so I'm gonna shut off lights, I'm gonna vent back to spawn, and I'm gonna kill someone, and then fix the lights. Again, mirror events are very good. Anyone in spawn? Anyone in reactor? Okay, this guy's fixing lights, that's too bad. We're in the reactor. So now I'm just gonna sit here. And because public lobbies have these fucking 15-second kill timers, where oftentimes you're zooming around at 100 miles an hour, they're just unplayable. Oh no, you're dead. That sucks. I'm going back up to the reactor. In a normal game, where I was talking with my friends, this game would have been over for me like 10 minutes ago. But right now, how many people do we got left? We got 7 people left. Let's say I don't talk. Let's say I say like 1 word. Let's see what happens in a public lobby. Office. I think I saw pink there. And then I'm gonna vote pink. Let's see if pink gets voted off. Oh. Okay. Well, it was a tie. Whenever I post this to Reddit or in the comment section, if you only play public lobbies, why? Is there any strategy, or do you just run around, do your tasks, get killed, and then pray that you get avenged? Because right now, as imposter, I am just ooga boogaing. I'm literally about to shut off the lights again. And do that. And vent. Oh, who was it? Oh, you might have seen me, which would be really funny. He didn't see it! Oh, lights aren't even fixed. So, gee, let's see what happened. Frosty voted. Who is Frosty voted? I sus Charlie. Okay. Okay, Charlie's sus, guys. Charlie's really sus. Oh no, Charlie got voted out. This is tragic. This is the IQ of an Among Us public lobby. That's what this is right here. I'm literally running around the map. Now, is my imposter partner smart enough to kill after 15 seconds pass? That's the real question. Because I am just running around slaughtering people. And they just voted off with 6. So they lose the game. Because they're not smart enough to press the button because the settings are terrible. Look at that. What the fuck is this, Inner Sloth? It's not your fault that the player base is bad, but the player base in this game is so Is this like the IQ of our public? Nice, I'm finally not imposter. My imposter partner didn't do anything there either. Like, I literally just ran around the map and slaughtered people and won the game. And I got 1 vote. So, I hope that emphasizes the problems with public lobbies. And these settings for a public lobby aren't even that bad. This one's a bit of a smaller point, but I think the clickbaiting YouTubers kind of ruined this game as well with their 10,000 IQ imposter plays. Look, I get that you have to clickbait for YouTube, but the YouTubers that I would watch were so stupid when they played this game. Like, they pop off when they vent and then blame it on somebody else, and they think I just did the biggest brain imposter play in the world. That's not big brain. And I think because the general public, all these people here playing public lobbies, are just here because they watch YouTubers, maybe that's why they can't play the game properly. But in general, just the cancer YouTube thumbnails and YouTubers that play this game, it just... it's like Fortnite, where like the community around Fortnite kind of ruined it. I think the clickbait YouTubers who sent all their dumbass fans to play this game also, in a way, ruined Among Us. Here's another big flaw with this game, in my opinion, is the sabotages. Let's say you're in the final 6, when you have 2 imposters, and you just sabotage reactor, and you automatically win. Or let's say you make it to the final 3. let's... anyone get a medbay? Oh, that sucks. What are these people? Jesus Christ! What are these? I swear, now, okay. This leads me to my next problem with the game, which is the sabotages. So you made it to the final 5. Now, I am under the belief that in a social deception game, you should win by deceiving people. Which is why I think in a final 5, you should win off a button push and voting off the wrong person. How I don't think you should win is by sabotaging the reactor and just sitting there as they try to fix it, and then you kill them. And then you win a final 5 or a final 6. Or if you have single imposter, in a final 3, you do comms. Uh-oh, you lose the game. That sure sucks. That's not rewarding or satisfying as the imposter. You're just pressing a button and you win the game. Oh, cool guys. Cool. The 10,000 IQ plays that the YouTubers and streamers would like you to believe are real disappear after you have 100 hours on this game. There is almost no way to pull a big brain play once the crewmates grow a brain. Once they know, okay, if I follow this person, they are cleared for this round. They can do deduction. It is so difficult to win as an imposter, and I hear an argument in the comments saying, well then, Nathan, isn't that earned? Isn't that a good imposter win? No, it isn't. It isn't a good imposter. Because you didn't earn it. Because you simply got away with a kill and no one found the body. Oh, Frosty killed in front of you. So this green dude killed in front of people again. What the hell? Alright, so in conclusion, guys, I like Among Us a lot. My first 100 hours in the game, I would say, were just pure bliss. I was playing this game every single night for, I don't know, like 3 hours at least every day for 2 months. I was having so much fun. But there was a point in that where the crewmates just started winning over and over and over and over again. And at first we just thought it's because we were all bad imposters. But I think that the answer is a little more complicated than that. I think that this game was flawed from the release. I stand by the fact that any social deception game that had actual balance was gonna blow up. This game takes the power away from the players to kill people and only gives them to the imposter. Additionally, it's very appealing as look at these public lobby settings. It's very appealing because the skill is not like in Gmod, in TTT, where you have to zoom in on someone with a sniper and shoot them in the head. The skill, all you have to do is press the kill button right here. That's all there is. And you have to just move around to plan out how you're gonna kill. It is a very easy game to play, and the skill comes from your brain, rather than how good you are at aiming. That's what this game does well. However, if you look at just the style of this map, it is too linear. If I were in the reactor, the only way I could get to the left side of the map after killing someone would be to exit that way, or to exit up top through cafeteria. Killing on the left side of the map is almost impossible because everyone knows who is on the left side of the map because there's almost no way across. So if people can pin down time of death on Skeld, you're done. Which leads me to this. This game has internal flaws, and it's pretty easy to see them. Look at the launch of the game. You have, or not the launch, but when it blew up, you have the medbay scan, and the asteroids, and all these tasks that can instantly clear a crewmate. Those were patched out fairly quickly, but then you had the taskbar, in which you were able to clear someone just by watching them swipe a card. Just all the strats for the crewmates just become so superficial. And while most of the things I had just mentioned were taken out, it does not take away from the core flaws with this game, which are the linear maps, the lack of actual vents. Most of the vents just move a single room over. You could accomplish the same thing by simply walking to that room. The public lobbies are extremely bad. The player base on the public lobbies, their IQ is just so low, as I demonstrated literally just now in your average game with the public lobby. And the YouTubers who just completely cancerized this game and its community. These internal flaws lead to the game no longer being skill-based. In a public lobby, you can simply run around the map and get a kill and win the game. Or as a crewmate, you can say, I think it's red, and if it's red, then congratulations, you won the game. In a lobby where you're actually talking to people, you have to pray that people don't stick together. You have to pray that people aren't just following you if you're the imposter. You have to hope that they aren't clearing each other by watching them walk up to the medbay. You have to hope that no one is sitting on admin and watching you get a kill. You have to hope that two people aren't camping vitals at the same time while you kill. There is so much luck and things in the air when you play imposter and Among Us, once the crewmates get good at the game, that your wins no longer feel earned. They feel like, wow, I really did get really lucky right there. And if you make it to the final 3, instead of getting an earned win off deception, which is already extremely difficult, you can simply sabotage and win the game by pressing a single button, which is perhaps the most underwhelming way to win an imposter round. The strategies in this game are very superficial. I would compare them to, if you have watched The Wolf of Wall Street, I believe this is the perfect analogy. The Wolf of Wall Street stars a man who sold penny stocks, which were extremely unvaluable stocks to rich people, and he made a dump truck of money by doing this. So much money, it's actually absurd. Now that people know that that's a way you can make money, I don't think anyone for the rest of history is going to make money the same way he did. It was simply patched out of the system. Among Us strategies are the same way. Once someone finds a little loophole or a strategy, it can never be used again. Now, in most games, this would be an opportunity for the player to build on said strategy, and evolve it, and make it better, and incorporate other strategies. But that's not possible in Among Us due to the linearness of the maps and the simplicity of the vents. This is what makes Among Us boring for the imposter and unfair to the player. It is simply a luck-based game after the crewmates get too good at it. Alright, so that's all I have to say. I am going to mention that once the airship comes out, I'm going to have 30 hours of fun again, trying to learn all the new strategies, but after those 30 to 50 hours where I learn everything you can do on the airship, I'm not going to play this game anymore until they release a new map. There's just nothing new I can do. If I boot up a game of Among Us right now, I've seen it all before. I'm sure some funny meme moments would happen, but the core of the game would remain the same. No new strategies would pop up, at least not for 6 hours apart, and it's just not fun anymore. Now, if you watched this far, chances are you like my content, so why don't you go... You know what I'm about to say, so just fucking do it.